The following scene unfolds near a forest edge on the eastern front of Ukraine. A Ukrainian drone detects a group of Russian soldiers moving together along the tree line. As the drone accelerates toward them, the soldiers panic and drop to the ground, attempting to avoid detection. From above, the positions remain clear, and the drone commits, ending the movement under direct aerial control. The next situation unfolds near the Kupiansk area. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detects two Russian soldiers moving along the forest edge. As they approach the tree line, the first soldier stops and sits down near the edge, while the second continues forward and disappears into the forest. Moments later, a Ukrainian drone descends and commits on the exposed position. Shortly after, another drone redirects toward the forest line and engages the second soldier, demonstrating how split movement offers no safety once aerial tracking is established. The following situation unfolds near a ruined residential area in the Zaporizhzhia region. A Ukrainian drone maintains steady observation over collapsed houses and damaged structures, focusing attention on a dugout believed to be a temporary Russian position concealed among the rubble. The aircraft holds altitude, watching for signs of movement rather than rushing the approach. After several moments, a strike drone commits and descends toward the shelter, disrupting the position. In the aftermath of the initial strike, two Russian soldiers emerge cautiously from inside the dugout. They pause beside the damaged building, scanning their surroundings and listening for engine noise overhead. After a brief assessment, both break into a hurried retreat, moving toward nearby ruined houses in search of alternative cover. The drone does not pursue immediately. Instead, it remains fixed over the original shelter, continuing to observe. Moments later, another soldier exits the dugout, followed shortly by a fourth. Each chooses a different direction, attempting to reduce visibility by separating and moving through debris. One slips into an adjacent building to hide temporarily. The drone maintains visual contact, tracking movement patterns rather than individual targets. After another short pause, two more soldiers leave the dugout and move outward, while the soldier hiding nearby follows their movement. The sequence highlights how pressure from above forces repeated displacement, fragmenting groups and denying the ability to reorganize once a concealed position is exposed under continuous aerial surveillance. The scene unfolds inside a forest belt in the Pokrovsk direction. A Ukrainian drone applies steady pressure on a Russian soldier hiding behind a tree, using the trunk as his only cover. As the drone closes in, the soldier presses himself tighter against the bark, circling the tree to keep it between himself and the aircraft. From above, the operator does not rush. The drone adjusts altitude and angle, waiting for a brief lapse in movement. When the moment comes, it commits. After the initial strike, the soldier appears incapacitated and no longer responsive. Moments later, a second Ukrainian drone enters the forest, moving carefully toward the same position. With no sign of awareness or reaction from below, the aircraft confirms the location and completes the engagement, demonstrating how sustained aerial pressure removes every remaining option once concealment is compromised. The situation unfolds across open ground near Donetsk Oblast. A Ukrainian drone is operating at low altitude on a routine patrol when distant movement appears ahead. The aircraft adjusts course and increases speed to investigate. As it closes the distance, a lone Russian soldier comes into view, moving directly toward the drone's path. Realizing the threat too late, he stops and freezes in place, unable to react or seek cover. With the position confirmed and no evasive movement observed, the drone commits, ending the encounter under direct aerial control. The next incident unfolds at a dugout near northern Donetsk. A Ukrainian drone remains completely motionless at the entrance, positioned as if inactive. Inside the shelter, Russian soldiers are believed to be taking cover. After a short pause, one soldier cautiously peeks out from behind the dugout curtain, studying the drone from a distance. After several moments, he appears to assume the aircraft is disabled and steps outside to inspect it. As he approaches, the drone suddenly activates and detonates, neutralizing the dugout and ending the encounter. The scene unfolds along a key route leading toward Donetsk. A Ukrainian drone is tasked with intercepting a Russian troop transport expected to pass through the area. The aircraft arrives first and holds position, scanning the road and surrounding terrain for any signs of movement. For several seconds, the route appears quiet. Then a vehicle emerges in the distance and begins approaching. The drone drops to a lower altitude and follows from behind, maintaining speed and alignment. As the truck closes in, the soldiers on board realize they are being tracked. Panic sets in. Some attempt to jump from the moving vehicle, hoping to escape before contact. The window is brief. The drone accelerates, confirms the target, and commits, stopping the movement along the route. The following scene is recorded by a Ukrainian drone during an operation near Nestern, close to the Ukrainian border. Fighters from Ukraine's Heart Brigade identify 4 Russian soldiers hiding inside a basement used as a shelter. Ukrainian forces issue calls for surrender, but the occupants refuse and open fire from inside the position. After the refusal to lay down weapons, Ukrainian troops respond. A strike drone is then directed toward the location and commits, destroying the basement and ending resistance at the site. Near a forest edge, a Ukrainian drone accelerates toward a Russian soldier. Only when the aircraft closes in does the soldier begin to run. The drone breaks off, circles wide, and for a brief moment the target seems to vanish. After several passes, movement appears farther out. The drone realigns and commits again. As it approaches, the soldier turns and fires upward, but the shots fail to connect. From above, the drone maintains control, confirming position and pressure as the pursuit continues. The following sequence takes place along a road leading into a village in the Pokrovsk area. A Ukrainian drone moves in at low altitude, tracking 2 Russian soldiers as they advance along the route, their movement clearly visible from above. As the drone closes distance, a 3rd soldier briefly leans out from a nearby building, unintentionally exposing his position. The drone adjusts its approach and commits immediately. Further along the line, another Russian soldier moves through a trench, attempting to relocate to safer cover. A separate Ukrainian drone follows the trench line and engages before he can disappear from view. Nearby, a soldier lying beside a ruined structure is detected during a scan and targeted from above. Along the tree line, a different drone identifies a soldier concealed beneath a single tree and commits. The final moment shows a Russian soldier attempting to retreat into a damaged warehouse, but the approaching drone reaches the position before cover can be reached. The sequence unfolds along a snow-covered dirt road in the Pokrovsk direction. A Ukrainian drone advances low over the route as a Russian soldier abandons his motorcycle and runs, attempting to escape on foot. A short distance ahead, another soldier chooses to stand completely still as a drone closes in, hoping immobility will prevent detection. Farther along the road, a 3rd soldier breaks into a sprint, but is intercepted before gaining distance. Nearby, a 4th soldier runs, stumbles, and falls as another drone approaches from above. In the final moment, one more soldier is seen lying face down and motionless inside a fence section of the road. From the air, none of these reactions alter the outcome once movement has been identified and tracked. The following footage captures a series of counter-drone actions carried out along key supply and movement routes near Avdiivka in Donetsk Oblast. Ukrainian police patrol drone teams operating under the Predator designation identified multiple Russian ambush drones positioned to threaten traffic along these critical corridors. Rather than reacting after an attack, the Ukrainian operators focused on early detection and disruption. From above, suspicious flight patterns and launch points were identified near roads, intersections, and concealed roadside positions. Once confirmed, Ukrainian drones moved in with controlled timing, engaging the hostile platforms before they could be used effectively. Several Russian drones were neutralized in sequence, preventing ambush attempts and restoring relative safety to the routes below. The footage highlights how drone warfare is no longer limited to frontline combat, but now plays a decisive role in protecting logistics, patrol movement, and rear area security by denying the enemy the ability to strike from hidden positions. The following event takes place on the outskirts of the Donetsk area. A Ukrainian bombing drone identifies a group of Russian soldiers gathered in an open section of the suburb and releases ammunition onto the formation. The initial strike breaks cohesion immediately, sending the soldiers scattering in different directions. As movement spreads across the area, the drone maintains altitude and begins isolating individual positions. 2 Russian soldiers take cover beside a disabled tank, using the damaged hull as partial protection. From above, the position is confirmed, and another munition is released beneath the vehicle. Nearby, a separate soldier attempts to hide next to a discarded tire, believing the debris offers concealment. The drone adjusts slightly and delivers another strike. Moments later, a further munition lands beside a burned-out armored vehicle close by. After the impact, a soldier briefly emerges from cover and attempts to flee, only to remain exposed